Until there is a vaccine available, there are things all of us must do to protect themselves and others from COVID-19. Tufts has set up multiple layers of protection. Each layer has natural limitations, which is why it is important to carefully follow all of the layers simultaneously. This section will describe health behaviors you can practice, which will help you avoid transmitting the virus to others and reduce your risk of becoming infected. As we all now know, COVID-19 is a serious disease and it is easily transmitted between people. The virus spreads by respiratory droplets when a person who has the virus speaks, breathes, coughs, or sneezes. As of today, over 22 million people worldwide have confirmed COVID-19 diagnoses, including 5.4 million in the US, the largest number of cases anywhere in the world. Sadly, over 780,000 people have died from COVID-19 worldwide, including over 8,000 deaths in Massachusetts. The pandemic requires all of us to adopt new behaviors to promote our own health and prevent the spread of the virus. Remember to wear a mask at all times, maintain a physical distance of at least 6 feet from others, take your COVID tests on schedule, frequently wash your hands and use hand sanitizer, and avoid large social gatherings. We'll talk about the COVID tests and social gatherings in a later section, but for now, let's talk about masks, physical distancing, and hand washing in detail so you can understand their importance and their limits. One of the most important behaviors you can practice is wearing a mask. Wearing a mask stops you from spreading the virus to others, which is important because you may be contagious and spreading the virus before you experience symptoms or before you test positive. Given the importance of masks for public health, all students are required to wear a mask 24/7, indoors and outdoors, on campus and off campus. There are only 3 circumstances where you can be without a mask. 1, you are in your bedroom with only your roommate, 2, when you are eating, and 3, when you are doing personal grooming like taking a shower, washing your face, or brushing your teeth. These exceptions are designed to be very limited, and the expectation is that all students will be wearing a mask almost all the time. Let's talk about each of these 3 exceptions. First, the personal bedroom exception. The personal bedroom exception only applies when you are in your bedroom with the door closed and the only other person in the bedroom is someone who also lives in that same bedroom. If it's someone who is in your residential cohort but not a person who shares a bedroom, a mask is required. This also means that if you are outside your bedroom in your residential space, you need to wear a mask. For example, students who live on campus must wear face coverings in all residential areas outside their bedroom, including bathrooms, lounges, hallways, and all other common spaces in the residence hall. Similarly, students who live off campus should only have their mask off when in their bedroom with others who live in the same bedroom. Students are required to wear masks when in living rooms, kitchens, yards, driveways, sidewalks, porches, or any other interior or exterior area of the property, regardless of the number of people present or whether all such people are members of the same residential cohort. Second, the eating exception. When you remove your mask to eat, you may choose either to stay 6 feet away from others or to eat with members of your residential cohort. Students will be allowed to sit at tables together in the dining centers and other campus spaces only to eat with members of their residential cohort. Third, the personal grooming exception. Wearing masks in bathrooms is generally required, but they may be removed while doing personal grooming that is not possible with a mask on, such as showering, brushing your teeth, or washing your face. Students are advised to stay 6 feet apart from others while their masks are removed for this purpose. Many of us are used to wearing masks less often than is required this semester. Unless it meets the exceptions noted previously, you must wear a mask. You may be wondering why it is necessary to wear a mask when you are around people in your residential cohort, especially since you may not have done that over the spring or the summer. The kind of practice you may have followed over the spring or summer, where people in the same living group didn't wear masks inside the house, made sense for the circumstances at the time. When society is in a near total lockdown and nobody in the house is going outside except to get groceries occasionally, the chance of being exposed is very low. But this semester, all of the people in your residential cohort will be going to different classes and activities and interacting with many people throughout the day. If just one of the people in your group became exposed and nobody in the cohort wore masks, all of you would likely become infected quickly. So please always wear your mask, even when you are around people in your residential cohort. Now that we have covered the importance of wearing a mask, it is useful to understand the properties of masks. Studies have shown that the kind of mask you wear makes a big difference in its effectiveness at stopping the spread of respiratory droplets. Tufts is providing each student with a supply of high-quality face masks upon arrival. Each student will be issued enough masks that they can wear a new one for each day for the entire fall term. Extras are available at the Campus Center information booth throughout the term and will be distributed free to students. If you ever run out or forget yours, drop by the Campus Center to get a resupply. You may also choose to wear your own mask. If you choose to do that, you are encouraged to choose a mask that is high quality. The World Health Organization now recommends that cloth masks be made out of at least 3 layers of different materials: an inner layer of absorbent material, such as cotton, a middle layer of non-woven material, and an outer layer of non-absorbent material, to provide protection. If your cloth mask does not meet these criteria, consider wearing the masks provided to you. In order for a mask to be effective, it must work properly. Wash your hands before putting on your mask. Put it over your nose and mouth and secure it under your chin. Try to fit it snugly against the sides of your face. Make sure you can breathe easily. When you are ready to remove it using the ear straps without touching the front of the mask. Keep your mask clean. If it becomes soiled and you cannot easily clean it, get a new one. Cloth face coverings should only be worn for 1 day at a time, and it must be properly laundered before use again. Discard disposable masks every day and do not wash them because they are ineffective after becoming wet. Wearing face masks is one critical strategy to reducing the spread. A second key strategy is physical distancing. Physical distancing means keeping a safe space between yourself and other people. Students are required to practice physical distancing by staying at least 6 feet, about 2 arms length, from other people. Physical distancing is important because COVID-19 spreads mainly among people who are closer than 6 feet to each other for a few minutes or longer. Spread happens when an affected person coughs, sneezes, or talks, and droplets from their mouth or nose are launched into the air and land in the mouths or noses of people nearby. Masks are not airtight, so physical distancing is required even when you are wearing a mask. As you are walking down a hallway or a sidewalk, continue your conversation with others while being at least 6 feet apart. When sitting with others, use the space in a way that allows for conversation but maintains physical distancing. The third critical health behavior, in addition to wearing a mask and maintaining physical distance, is regularly cleaning your hands. Washing your hands well is important to preventing the spread of COVID-19 because all of us touch our faces with our hands regularly. Use soap and water and wash all the surfaces of your hands thoroughly. You should be washing your hands frequently throughout the day, and each time your hand washing routine should last at least 20 seconds. If soap and water are not readily available, use hand sanitizer that is provided in stations around campus. Wearing a mask, maintaining physical distance from others, and cleaning your hands frequently and thoroughly are critical to the health of the community this year. Thank you for working so hard to keep our community safe. These are extraordinary times, and what we are asking is challenging. We so appreciate everyone's efforts to have a safe, productive, and on-campus semester by taking these guidelines so seriously.